Hey, what's going on? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out Ubertesters and you're wondering, can you make money from this testing website? How much can you make? Is this a good quality site to actually try and make some side income for? We are going to review Ubertesters and then you can decide for yourself by the end of this review whether this is the right platform for you to start making some side hustle income, okay? Now, I've reviewed lots of different make money online websites. Some are great, some are kind of middle of the road, and some are just plain bad. So let's take a look at Ubertesters to see what you need to do and whether it's worth your time. All right. Now, Ubertesters is basically a testing website. What you'll need to do is they look for testers. You can see here, right here, you can just click here to be a tester. And you'll basically test out different websites. You'll record your experience on, on camera using different devices. So whether it's your iPhone and Android, your Mac or your PC, you'll record your screen and then you will do a voiceover as you are going through the websites to basically describe your experience, your flow as you're going through the website, and to see if you come up with any bugs or not. That's kind of it, right? And literally, you can be anywhere in the world. You can apply to become an Uber tester with Ubertesters here. And the only thing is you need to be over 18 years old, okay? Now, if you wanted to be a tester, you would click on to be a tester here, and that will lead you to this page. Now, they call their testers prime testers, okay? So don't get confused. The website is actually Ubertesters, but if you become a tester of theirs, you become what's called a prime tester. Now, there are two types of testers that you can be. You can either be a beta tester, which means that you don't need any experience at all, or if you have more experience and you're qualified, that means you've done a lot of testing in the past, you will be qualified as what they call a QA tester, all right? Now, a QA tester, someone with experience, will be paid more than a beta tester. If you have someone with no experience at all, you can still join, but they're not going to pay you as much money, okay? So let's kind of take a look at what the FAQs are and what are the main things that actually is important for you. All right, so first of all, like I mentioned, you need to speak English and you must be 18 years old. Those are the two main things. If you are 18 or over and you're able to speak English, then you can become a Uber tester. All right. Now, in terms of how you get selected for projects, right, it really depends on the actual tester itself, right, where you are located, what language you speak, what kind of device you have, what is your operating system, what is your experience, okay, and what's your payment method. So basically everything, all right? So you could be a tester where, unfortunately, because of your location or your operating system, you may not get as many tests as some other people who might be located in locations where it's more favorable for them to do the testing. So for example, if you were based in the US, and you were using an iPhone or a Mac, you might get more testing requirements than someone, for example, living in Thailand, who works off, an Android, for example. Again, I'm just giving an example, but it just really depends on where you live in the world and what kind of operating system and languages you speak, okay? Now, the big question is how much money can you earn from being a tester? All right. Now, most testing websites will pay anywhere from $3 to sometimes $100 a test, right? Now, with Ubertesters specifically, they don't actually reveal how much they will pay per hour, unfortunately. They say it has everything to do with, again, your experience, whether you're a QA tester or a beta tester, where you're located in the world, what language you speak, and what operating system you use, okay? Now, once that's all confirmed and you've, applied, it's very easy. You just click on here, become a tester, and you would just go through some qualification testing questions. You have to get certified. It's not difficult to do that, all right? They will assign a community manager for you and they will confirm the payment rate per hour. Now, that's quite different from a lot of the other testing websites because most testing websites like usertesting.com, for example, or Enroll, they will base your payouts based on the test that you take, okay? But these guys will actually confirm your rate per hour, which is pretty good, to be honest, okay? So based on where you are in the world, your operating system, the language that you speak, they will confirm whether they're going to pay you $5 an hour or $10 an hour or maybe $16 an hour, again, based on all of those factors that we spoke about, right? And the good thing about Ubertesters is that whether or not you find a bug on the piece of software or website, it doesn't matter. They will still pay you for your time because you took the time to actually go through the entire test, if that makes sense. And that's a pretty good thing, all right? Now, one of the drawbacks of Ubertesters is that once you get approved by them, you don't get jobs straight away. So a lot of other testing websites, you get a job pretty much immediately, okay? With these guys, they will make you wait between 2 weeks and 2 months, depending on, again, where you live, your operating system, your language, and how many tests they have in that specific area at that specific time, all right? So it might be that you will apply today and everything goes well, you get certified, but you're not going to hear from them for between 2 weeks and 2 months, all right? So that's quite a long block of time. So you just need to understand that these guys are not super quick. You know, you're going to have to be a little bit patient, all right? Now, I know that unfortunately, you know, this here says that it really depends on a lot of things on how much you can get paid, but I'll give you an example of how much some people have been paid on Ubertesters, all right? There are some people that have been paid $16 per hour on Ubertesters. That doesn't necessarily mean that you will be paid $16 per hour. It just means that it depends on where you're located, and now you roughly have an idea of how much someone can potentially be paid if they actually become an Uber tester. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. How do you get paid? There are a few different ways you can get paid: PayPal, Amazon gift cards, and Upwork. Sometimes they'll use bank transfers and they pay out once a month. Okay, so again, you know, don't expect this to be a quick thing. It can be quite slow because you're gonna have to wait between, again, 2 weeks and 2 months to get approved. And then they pay out once a month after you actually take a test. And again, you're not necessarily taking tests every day. Sometimes you get a test, you know, once a month. Sometimes it might be once a week. Sometimes it might be once every 2 months. So again, what I would highly recommend if you decide to go down the testing route is you sign up for multiple testing websites. And there are quite a few out there, right? So if you have maybe like 5 testing websites, at least you'll get payouts a little bit more. These guys are good. It's just that you might not get that many tests to do the test on, unfortunately. Okay, so that's kind of my review on Ubertesters. It's a pretty decent testing website. They're legit. They pay out. They've got high ratings. Okay, so you're not gonna have a problem with that. The problem is that unfortunately it takes a little bit of time for you to get approved as a tester, and even once you get approved, you're not necessarily going to get that many tests. Okay, so again, you might only make $16 a month, or you might only make $8 a month. You might make $50 a month or $100. It just depends on where you're located, your operating system, the languages that you speak, and how many tests you get to test that particular month. And it changes every single month. That's the thing about testing websites. But the cool thing is that you can do this from anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection and as long as you're over 18 and you speak English. So that's kind of cool, right? So that's kind of testing in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this review. And listen, if you're here watching this video right now, maybe you're someone that's looking for a way to generate more income online. I mean, we live in the day and age right now where you don't need a traditional full-time job in order to generate income. That's a cool thing, right? I discovered that 14 years ago. And if you would like to find out my favorite way to generate multiple 6 figures online, I would love to show you how to do that. All you need to do is just register for my workshop. Right in the description box below, you'll find a little link right there. I'm going to show you my favorite way to get to multiple 6 figures, leveraging the internet, working 100% from home. And it's a really, really cool and fun way to do it. I hope you enjoy the training. I hope you enjoyed this review, and hope to see you on another video. Take care.